Hello, everybody, and happy new moon and solar eclipse in Taurus today, happening right around 2:15 Mountain Standard Time. This means that the sun and the moon are together in Taurus. This happens every new moon we have. And new moons bring the energy of reflection, of meditation, of slowing down, especially when we've got the sun and the moon in Taurus. It's a big slow down time. Great time for setting intentions. And Uranus, the planet of, we'll just call it the lightning bolt planet, is joining the party. So it's right next to the sun and the moon. So right next to this solar eclipse, this new moon in Taurus, is Uranus, the planet of upgrades, of breaking us out of the box, of tossing us outside of our comfort zone, all in the name of expansion and growth. So when we have three or more planets in a sign, this is actually called a stellium. It's a concentration of a certain energy in the zodiac. And so we've got a stellium in Taurus this weekend, and we've also got a stellium in Pisces with Mars, Neptune, Venus, and Jupiter all in Pisces. So this is a lot of water and a lot of earth in the zodiac this weekend. Not that much get up and go energy. And if, since it is the weekend, if you are getting out there and moving, you might notice that it's less talkative and more of an observing time, more of a time to just witness and to just be in your energy. And also something that took place today is Mercury, the planet of our intellect, of our mind, how we communicate, how we think, process information. It moved from Taurus to Gemini today. So this is a big change, as the Mercury and Taurus had our mental process a lot slower, needing repetition, needing routine, even maybe getting stuck in a rut. Maybe you've been having the same thoughts and having a hard time getting out of them and breaking the cycle. Well, now we're in Gemini. Gemini is fast moving, so fast that it has a hard time staying on task. This is why I've got my notes next to me today. Keep me on track. It's a bit ADD. It also has this childlike curiosity for so many different things. It's like the student of life, but think of like the child that just can't stop, like wants to grab everything. And let's see here. So bringing it back to, wow, Gemini already pulled me out of it. So solar eclipse, let's come back to this. Solar eclipse energy is when we basically have the earth and then the sun, and the moon is traveling right in between. And so sometimes we can even notice that at this point, if it's in exact alignment and it's in a straight line, we can get that really cool ring, the rays of the sun coming around the shadow of the moon, where the moon's blocking the center of the sun. It's pretty neat. Solar eclipses bring sudden and unexpected changes. They're all about upgrades. And here's a weird metaphor, but I've been thinking about it for years since studying astrology, is think of the jet stream scene from Finding Nemo, when Nemo wakes up on the turtle's back and they're in the jet stream as they're swimming through the current. If you don't know what this part is, you can look it up on YouTube, like type in, I think, Nemo meets Crush. Crush is the turtle's name, or like Nemo and the turtles in the jet stream, and you'll find what I'm talking about. But it's ultimately like basically this tailwind that catches up to you and like propels you in the direction that you're wanting to go. So it speeds everything up. How we utilize this eclipse energy and the intentions that we set will greatly influence the next 6 months. Okay, so with this eclipse energy, you can definitely find yourself outside of your comfort zone, especially with Uranus joining the party. It's really important to learn how to ride these waves. In Taurus season, Taurus being Earth, this has stubborn energy. We can get stuck, and Taurus can resist change, especially when it happens fast and unexpected. So if you're feeling this, something that helps a ton is, just simply tapping into the water element. It reminds me of my love for Qigong. And if you don't know what Qigong is, it's one of the 4 pillars of Chinese medicine. It's a form of moving meditation. And really holds the intention as you're standing on the earth barefoot to envision your waist and everything below it. So basically your legs and your waist being the roots of a tree system, like the root system of a tree, really grounding you into the earth energy. And it's about like letting your body be super grounded and rooted while also letting your energy and your movements reflect the water element. The purpose of this is, think about how water flows, right? And how if we embody the water element, how much more gracefully we can flow through life and literally go with the flow. So versus a stick, if you think of like how the earth element might flow down a river, and it comes against an obstacle and it hits that obstacle, it's gonna literally break, right? And so it's that in contrast with embodying the water element, how we can move fluidly around these obstacles. It's a big difference. Another thing to consider with Taurus is it's a foundational sign. It's very much craving stability and security, and Uranus being right next to this new moon eclipse is totally stirring up the stability and the security and tossing us way outside of our comfort zone. Anytime this happens, there's growth taking place, but this literally feels like lightning bolt energy, and Uranus rules the nervous system. So it can bring up anxiety, and you might be feeling that today. Are you? Right now is literally a time where our nervous system, the way I see it, has the opportunity to upgrade. Like anxiety holds this higher vibration. So in the discomfort of that, it can expand to support these upgrades that we're calling into our life, our goals, our growth. And so it's a matter of how grounded can you stay while also embracing flexibility and resilience. Here's some energetic alchemy for you about that. Have you ever heard that anxiety and excitement happen in the same part of the brain, in the amygdala? If you didn't, that's what happens. It's basically the only difference here that I see is that anxiety is a fear-based emotion, whereas excitement is based in love and in joy. Taurus is ruled by the planet of Venus, which is the planet of love and of passion. And so just remind yourself this weekend, and also if you find yourself in anxiety, try to see what it is. Is it, is this fear realistic? Am I worrying about something that hasn't even happened yet? So can I just let it go? And can I simply tap into the joy in this moment versus the fear? Coming back to Taurus and just its pure essence, it rules the five senses. So it is the most sensual sign in the zodiac, and it makes me think of hummingbird energy, sort of that bird that's just sipping the sweet nectar of life from flower to flower to flower. It brings us into the literal joy of here and now. It doesn't have a huge agenda. It's just focused on being. And so this is like anything from flowers to the garden, to going to the greenhouse, picking out a plant, to barefoot walks on the earth, maybe a silent meditation walk, to bubble baths, to essential oils, to yummy foods, chocolates, wine, cheese, massage. It loves sensual touch. It loves touch that takes its time. And Taurus stores memory through the five senses. So if you are a Taurus, or if you have Taurus in your chart, you might notice that certain smells or tastes or feels can actually bring you right back to a memory that you had way in the past. And it also means that Taurus learns best through the five senses, takes information in best through the five senses, through hands-on experiences. So what can you do this weekend that will, what kind of sensorial experience can you tap into this weekend? I'm going to a pottery class tomorrow. I can't wait. But what version of sensory can you tap into? Okay, quick exercise for this new moon and eclipse energy to try out this weekend. Through the five senses, I want you to close your eyes. Whether you close your eyes now or later, doesn't matter. But close your eyes and meditate on something. We can't even do a more active meditation because Mercury just moved into Gemini. So maybe your meditation is eyes open and writing this into your journal. Gemini is the recorder, so it's more than welcome to write this out. But really close your eyes. Maybe even put your hand on your heart, right? Like oftentimes, like especially Taurus does not live in the head. It's not an intellectual sign. It's in the energy of the body. So like putting your hand on your heart, asking your heart, asking yourself, what is it that you're wanting to manifest and call into your life in these next 6 months? What would be like the optimal outcome? When you think of that, do you have a picture? And when you think of this, focus all on the being energy. Don't focus on what you're doing as much. That will innately follow when you strongly step into the being energy. I want you to take this picture and we're going to make it as real as it possibly can get for you through the five senses. So, is it black and white or color? Crank up those colors. Make it a movie. Set it in motion. Now take the sounds, the smells, and all the feels in this image, in this movie, and crank everything up, this movie of manifestation, until it's the most real it can possibly get for you. Hang out here as long as you want. And when you're ready and it feels complete, take this visualization and shrink it down into a little seed. And I want you to take this seed and pick a time in your future where you're going to plant this seed so that it has time to grow and to literally pop up in the physical form down the road for you. Now, part of this is when you see this image, how much of that movie can you start to embody in the here and now to align yourself with that outcome? Okay. Also, meditation today, I want to share a mantra that's so simple and yet powerful, which is ultimately the essence of Taurus, right? I call it gentle power. It's a mantra for me that brings me back to the raw essence of who we are in relation to nature. And that is Sa-ta-na-ma. And the way that we do this is we're going to alternate touching fingers to our thumbs. So Sa-ta-na-ma. Sa means birth, the beginning. Ta, life, existence. It's like being energy. Na is the death, the transformation. Ma, rebirth, and that knowing that energy cannot die, it can only transform. Sa-ta-na-ma, sa-ta-na-ma. I hope you enjoy that mantra today. I hope you take time to slow down, to visualize, and really tap into the five senses. And yeah, really challenge yourself. Can you find the ceremony in each day? Can you find the miracle in every single moment, from here and now to the next here and now to the next here and now, by living through the lens of love? I have so much love for you guys, and I hope you have a beautiful new moon in Taurus today and solar eclipse.